As part of measures to control, manage and prevent the spread of the deadly coronavirus, President Akufo-Addo has announced some measures, including the closure of schools, the suspension of social and religious gatherings, as well as some preventive measures for various entertainment centers, including clubs and pubs, to adhere to in order to manage the spread of the virus. On this edition of the Citi Newsroom, we're going to scout some pubs to gauge the level of response or the level of adherence to these directives. And so we are currently in Tema, which happens to be one of the most popular entertainment hubs in the country. And where I am standing, of course, is the premise of Monte Carlo Cafe and Bar, one of the most popular joints here in Tema. Ordinarily, on a Friday, this place would have been packed. As at 4 p.m. heading into the night, patrons would have true beer and this place would have been full. But this is not the case, obviously, due to the corona scare. But one thing that strikes is the fact that management has been proactive and has issued some directives on their own. And so we're going to go into the facility, see if indeed what they've put out here, they are adhering to it. And then also we get to speak to management to find out how this is going to affect their business and to what end they're hoping to implement this. Join me. I have with me the manager of the facility, manager of Monte Carlo Cafe and Bar, and he is going to help us understand the level of implementation of this particular directive. Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
Tell us, these measures announced by the president, you have gone ahead to limit your days of operations. How will this affect you?
As a matter of fact, we were all surprised by this coronavirus and the effects that is having on our businesses. Currently, we have chosen to contribute per the president's directive by not allowing too many people around because it's quite a busy place. So as you saw the directives we put there, we are closing from Mondays to Thursday. We are open from Mondays to Thursday, which is our lower peak. And then from Fridays to Sundays, looking at the number of people who come in here, the best thing for us is just to shut down for a month, after which we'll look whether we'll think of whether we want to reopen it or not. It's part of our campaign, don't be a spread. We chose to close down on weekends. We have situated some of our workers to stay by and educate the public on what is going on and why we are not opening. We're also using our social media handles to spread the word because it's not everybody that we can reach at any point in time. So the best thing is also to be here to support the cause by telling them what is going on and why we are not opening.
This is one of the most popular pubs or joints here in Tema. You get the numbers trooping in, especially from Friday to Sunday. How do you hope to cope with this? The president announced the reduction in numbers or the social distancing for a period of 4 weeks. How do you hope to cope?
It's really going to affect us very much, but we don't have any choice than to adhere to the directives. Currently, what we are doing is that we're still going to manage to pay all our workers as it's supposed to be for the first month. But eventually, if it has to go into maybe 2 months or more, I'm sure we might have to cut down on our employment levels and then see how things go afterwards.
We've come to our second location. Interestingly, the name of this particular pub is the Location Pub. It's also located here in Tema, Community 10. What are some of the measures that you are implementing here to prevent the spread of the virus?
Okay, the virus seems to be very dangerous and we don't know where it's going to come through. And number one, for us to cut down on crowd, first we are trying to minimize the crowd control here. So if you can see, we've reduced our volumes down. We used to have DJs on Fridays here, but there's nobody here. We are not encouraging anybody to come play so that it gets the crowd or it gets the public attention so that people will come here more. That is one. Number two, We even cut down on the workers. We've made about 5 of them stay at home. So because we don't even want to expect crowd here. We're trying to be within the limits of the 25, and we have sanitizers around every point from the bar, the entrance, and furthermore, we're directing people not to sit too close to each other. So until we get the number we want, we should be able to turn away some people just to control the crowd here. So if you can see, we're distancing people around. We are not crowding people in here.
This is Passion's Nightclub and Bar. They have a club upstairs and there's an open bar downstairs. And welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
Right, kindly tell us, how are you adhering to the measures put out by President Akufo-Addo to help prevent the spread of the virus?
Okay, we have the nightclub being the main place here. Because it's in an enclosure, we have closed the place down. And with the bars, you can see very well from that end that we have separated the tables and made sure that customers who come here will sit far apart from each other. And then we also have the the buckets with the water, flowing water. We have soap, liquid soap, and sanitizers on all the tables. We have sanitizers at the other end. We have about 4 or 5 of them. There's one of them also inside. We have had Ghana Tourist Authority give us a few stickers that we have. We also have signs that remind each and every customer everywhere on all the pools inside here. Yeah, that's it.
Let's gauge the reaction or the response from the customers. Have there been any complaints as to the spacing and all that?
No, not really. I think they all know very well that in this kind of crisis, they would have to adhere to whatever we are putting in place for their purpose. The other thing is that it's we always make sure that as soon as the customers come in, we remind them to wash their hands before they get seated.
From all the pubs or entertainment centers we've visited, it's obvious management of these facilities are adhering to the safety precautions. Well, let's go to Accra, where my colleague Kwaku Aduama Ansa is also gauging the situation there.
The famous Osu Oxford Street in Accra had lost its life on Friday night. There were few cars with few people spotted as they went about their normal duties. Clearly, the recorded cases of the deadly coronavirus in the country had forced many into isolation. Duncan's is one of the oldest key pubs in Osu. In the wake of the spread of the coronavirus, few people had come there. With the precautionary measures in mind, the management here had situated advantage points running water with soap and sanitizers. Another popular joint on the Oxford Street is Container. When the news team arrived there, patrons were quietly sipping on their drinks and minding their business.
If you take good care of yourself, you understand, you won't have to get scared of people. And as you see this place, you see the place have been demarcated so well that you don't get into contact with people. You understand? You don't go closer to people. Everybody is isolated from each other. So I think when we take good care of ourselves, wash our hands well, use our sanitizers, and then we are sure we don't try to get too much contact with people, we are not going to contract this deadly virus.
For some patrons at Purple Pub, nothing could stop their fun. Although running water, soap and sanitizers had been provided here, patrons had come with their own sanitizers.
It's a Friday and we are Ghanaians. Precautions has been taken. As you can see, there's a water here for hand wash, and then we are staying safe actually. So there's no harm in coming around. I came with my own sanitizer. I have my sanitizer on my table, and then I'm staying safe.
I've been told I have to wash my hands regularly. When I came here, I saw a water bowl there with soap. So any at least 1 minute, I go and wash my hand. I have, what do you call it, sanitizer. Whether I learned only one that is correct on the market. I don't know whether that's the one, but at least I'm using sanitizer.
On the contrary, not all pubs recorded a sizable number of patrons. Corner, mostly patronized on Fridays, had empty seats begging for patrons to fill them. The general manager of the pub says the coronavirus had taken a toll on his business.
It's really affecting our patronage as a whole, but it's okay, it's manageable. Yeah, we've reduced our number of staff, we've put them into shadows. As you can see on my left, we have running water, and before you walk in, the security will scan you, and after you are being scanned, they'll make sure you wash your hands with water and soap.
Citi News' checks at the Bloom Bar and Republic Bar and Grill revealed that they had been shut down earlier in the week over the recorded cases of coronavirus. So clearly, the coronavirus has taken a toll on businesses in Accra, especially the pubs. Now, few people are patronizing these premises, of which the operators say it will take a toll on their finances. But in the meantime, the operators say that they have put in place safety measures to make sure that the disease or the virus is not spread from one person to another. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Kweku Ediama Ansa.
George's Pub, which is also in Tema, this time Community 2, where we've seen, a number of revelers, night revelers, enjoying themselves as usual. We want to find out from them if they have heard about this pandemic and what their thoughts are, even as they continue to enjoy themselves. Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
Have you heard of coronavirus?
Oh, very much, very much. I just came in, but then I saw there was a Veronica bucket over there. Yeah, I saw one. So that means George's is taking all those things in places and is putting it in places. Yeah. But then you can see, you are in Tema. Today is Friday. Is this George's Pub? So there are people home. There are people really scared, really getting scared of the virus. And they are all home. George, you wouldn't even get a place to sit to even interview me now. Yeah.
This place would have been full, so obviously some persons are scared. But are you not scared?
I am. Like I have my sanitizers and my soap in my car. So after here, when I go, I just wash my hands and use my sanitizers. Yeah, that is what I do.
So for you are scared, but then you are practicing the safety precautions, and so you are sure you are safe from this virus?
Not too far. Life must go on. Life must definitely go on. I can't say I'll stay in the house. If I have the safety precautions on me, I can go out and do stuff that I love to do, like hanging out now.
I'm out tonight having some little fun, not too fun, but some little fun. And I was really happy when I came because it's a public place. But I think people are putting in measures because I saw some Veronica buckets, which you put in some water and then some liquid soap, and there are also some hand sanitizer too going around. So I think this is my third time I've washed my hands since I was sitting here. And I'm also sanitizing my hands as well. Yes, and I don't go out too much. It's just throughout the whole week. I just came out today with my fiance, so I don't really keep too much contact with people. Yeah. So. But
are you not scared about the virus?
I don't know what to say. You see, I'm worried about the virus, but at the same time, I'm a human being. What can I do? Because at the end of the day, you never know who is carrying it because there's no written on my forehead that, hey, look, I'm having coronavirus. You understand? So the best thing we do is we do what we have to do as human beings and leave the rest to Jehovah to do the rest for us, because you can't be 100%, out of risks. So that's what I can say.
As given by the World Health Organization, I'm making sure I follow the steps they gave to me. First of all, washing our hands, taking 2 steps back, making sure wherever you go, our sort of greeting, where we go about this, we put that in place.
Right. Now, you are here at a pub. There's talk about social distancing, that we shouldn't be in close contact with people because the virus can be transferred through that medium. Are you not worried about this?
I'm much worried about that. But then, it's not unfortunate I find myself in this. But then if you can watch, there's a distance in between. Even though I'm trying to pat myself out, I'm also making sure I keep that distance, at least given to me.